Welcome back to the Philoglot Lounge. I am glad you found your way here again. Pull up a chair. The fire is low, the library is quiet, and tonight we have something particularly unsettling to examine. What if Volta didn't invent the battery? He just remembered it. Rabu, a village outside Baghdad, 1936. Inside a Parthian grave, a clay vessel 5 inches tall. Inside that vessel, a copper cylinder. Inside that cylinder, an iron rod, corroded from the inside out. Corroded by an acid no grave should contain. 2,000 years old. And shaped almost perfectly like a battery. If the ancients had mastered galvanic current, why didn't they light the world? That question has haunted science for 90 years. Tonight, we open the jar. Wilhelm König, archaeologist, director of the Iraq Museum. A man who looked at ancient objects and refused to see only the past.
Everyone who sees this jar assumes it held scrolls, wine, grain. They look at the shape and they project the familiar. But look at the asphalt stopper. Asphalt, not ceramic, not wax. Asphalt. An electrical insulator. The copper cylinder is sealed, not open. Closed at one end with a copper disc, soldered with an alloy of tin and lead. And the iron rod does not touch the copper. It is suspended, centered. A cathode, an anode, a container. The only thing missing from a galvanic cell is the electrolyte. And I believe they had that too. Residue analysis on similar vessels suggests acetic acid, citric compounds, fruit juice or wine vinegar stored inside. This construction generates approximately 1 volt. And what would ancient craftsmen do with 1 volt of sustained current? Electroplating. The galvanoplasty of sacred objects. Silver figurines bathed in gold through electrolytic deposition, presented to temple congregations as proof of divine transformation. Not miracle. Method. The priests were not lying. They simply never explained how the miracle was made.
Michael Faraday, the man who gave the world the motor, the dynamo, the laws of electrolysis. A man who worshipped measurement above all mysteries.
Mr. König, I do not dispute your electrochemistry. The construction is consistent with a galvanic cell. I will grant you that freely. Iron anode, copper cathode, acetic acid electrolyte. Theoretical electromotive force approximately 1.1 volts per cell. 1.1 volts. Do you know how much current you can draw from 1.1 volts through an iron-copper junction in dilute vinegar? Enough to plate a small object. Yes, I will concede that. Perhaps enough to produce a mild sensation in a worshipper gripping 2 conductors. But for sustained illumination? For meaningful mechanical work? For anything that would justify the claim that the ancients possessed electrical technology as a civilizational force? You would need dozens of these cells, connected in series, each one producing its 1.1 volts stacked in sequence to reach useful potential. You would need wire, insulation, terminals, a closed circuit of some scale. Where is the wire, Mr. König? Where are the connecting terminals? The insulated conductors? Where is a single inscription in all of Mesopotamian literature that describes this network?
A mystery tradition, known only to the priestly craftsmen.
Or perhaps it was discovered, used in isolation, understood by no one as a principle, and then forgotten. The tragedy of ancient science is not that it failed. It is that it succeeded in fragments, without ever knowing what it had.
The truth remains trapped in the clay. Was the Baghdad Battery a sophisticated electrochemical instrument deliberately engineered by Parthian craftsmen? A ritual object whose function was never fully understood by its own makers? Or the scattered first footstep of a science that needed another 2,000 years to find its second? We may never know what the Parthians knew. But the jar exists. The corrosion exists. The copper exists. And the question refuses to be buried. Now, for those of you paying close attention, throughout this episode, 4 numerical keys were hidden inside the frame, carved into the copper, etched into the shadows of the lounge, inscribed on Faraday's board, sealed in wax. Scan the QR code appearing on your screen right now. Input the 4 hidden keys in sequence, and you will instantly decrypt and download the Galvanic Scroll, our exclusive technical blueprint reconstructing the complete electrochemistry of the Baghdad Battery. The scroll is yours, but only if you were watching. If the lounge gave you that feeling, the one that happens when history refuses to behave, leave your mark below. The like button is how you tell the universe you were here. Subscribe. Activate the bell. Every Sunday, the lounge opens its doors again. Until next time, the past is not dead. It is merely insufficiently documented.